Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You seem to want to talk about the Venice Film Festival lineup.
Oh, well, of course, because I'll be going. Then they announced their lineup, I believe, 2 days ago. So, that's always something to talk about. Maggie Gyllenhaal is the president this year. And most of the conversations that I've seen so far, of course, like with Cannes, a lack of big major Hollywood players. And there's only one woman in the lineup this year. And I think they already responded about that was the only one worthy enough to make the cut. So those conversations are always interesting with Venice, which is a festival that clearly doesn't care about being politically correct, which is interesting. But some early highlights, of course, there's Ilya Karjanovsky, whose Dow series of films, which first bowed at Berlin 2020, he's in competition with a new, he created he created a city, basically, that filmed that period piece in for, I don't even remember without looking, but 10, 15 years. So he had created all of these series of films with the thousands of hours of footage. So he has a new film that's now just called Dow, which I have to say I'm really excited for. Werner Herzog's Bucking Fastard with the Mara sisters playing, I believe, conjoined twins who speak in unison. I didn't like Koreeda's last film, and he'll come up in this recording again, which was at Cannes this year, Sheep in the Box. But his new film, Look Back. Mr. Nelson, Did You Kill People by Shinya Tsukamoto, I'm excited for. New Martin McDonagh film with Parker Posey, of course. And Danny Boyle's Ink is opening the festival. Yeah, I don't know. There's much to be excited for, including a new Paul Schrader film that's out of competition.
In other news, Alamo Drafthouse announced it's taking over the Cinerama Dome.
Yes, people have been aflutter about that.
They're also going to take over the 14-screen complex next door, which used to be the ArcLight Hollywood.
It's about time.
And turn that into an Alamo Drafthouse.
I think that's perfect for that. I do miss going, our first days living in LA, I was there almost every weekend seeing stuff years ago.
Charlize Theron did an interview recently. It was like a group press video thing. And it was kind of a cool concept because they're placed inside of a video store and asked to sort of peruse and talk about things. And Charlize Theron went on about how she's obsessed with Sigourney Weaver and stalks her and got to meet her one time and made a fool out of herself, which was cute. I was thinking they'd be good in a movie together as mother-daughter.
Why hasn't that happened?
I was kind of thinking it could maybe be kind of like a Heartbreakers, but since Charlize seems to like action, make it more actiony. Like perhaps she's a
hit woman,
a hit person. Yeah, and she learned it from her mama. I think that'd be cute.
Or her mama runs a syndicate of people that do that, and she's always been trying to live up to her and prove her worth. I mean, that I don't understand why that hasn't happened, especially because Charlize also has quite a bit of clout, but I was thrilled to see that. I guess she petitions the Academy every year, she says, to give Sigourney an honorary Oscar, which is interesting. A lot of people have stories kind of like that. Diane Lane has a great story about how she kind of forgot, like she went into a different headspace and told a story about how she met Sigourney Weaver, and Sigourney's like, yeah, I remember you. We've talked already.
Damn.
But it's like Diane Lane's a big deal too. It has been for a long time in my mind. So that's lovely to hear.
Moving on to the restaurant section. We tried a place called Kinari Aburi Sushi and Noodle on Fairfax in West Hollywood, which I've driven by a million times. We were on our way to a screening of Motor City.
Yes.
So we thought, oh, perfect. They have happy hour, and there was parking right in front, metered parking, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of Kanari, Aburi, sushi, and noodle?
You got a bowl. I got some ramen and a spicy tuna roll, I believe.
And
Everything was fine.
some tempura vegetables with shrimp, maybe?
Yes, I like my shrimps, and that was fine. It for the price, and I had a beer. It was okay. I think we were both the most underwhelmed with the flavor of the ramen.
The ramen tasted like if Campbell Soup made ramen.
Well,
You just popped open that can and put it in the microwave. That's what that tasted like to me.
Campbell Soup has never had thick udon noodles, though, so there's that. I do like a thick noodle.
Okay, those noodles did taste like Campbell Soup chicken noodles, but those noodles are like if you made them bigger and longer,
Mm-hmm.
it really did taste like something out of a can.
Like my tapeworm. Mm-hmm.
The chicken teriyaki bowl I ordered, I thought was fine. I would eat that again.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
The spot isn't very cute, even though it's in a very cute, convenient location.
Yeah, and the wait staff, everybody seemed a little bit anesthetized there, but maybe that's just Hollywood.
And then we were on our way, I believe, to see It Ends.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to eat at a place called Nicholas Eatery at the Beverly Center.
Mm-hmm.
So I hauled my ass over there, park, go up those escalators, get to the restaurant, and realize it's closed. But it was only 5:30, and they list as closing at 6. So I don't know what happened.
And then going up the escalators at every level, they had advertisements for Nicholas Eatery with no hours. So whatever.
Right. So we walked down to the street, crossed the street to the plaza where the Fat Burger is, and ate at Hoy's Walk,
Mm-hmm.
which had a funny distinction. It was voted like best orange chicken
On this street.
on this street in 2014.
Whatever.
On the 3rd episode of season 4 of some show. I don't know. The food tasted very regular to me.
It was fine. I got the orange chicken. You got Kung Pao?
What was less impressive to me was the Viet coffee I got, because I swear all they did was take Folgers crystals and make that with some condensed milk.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it was sweet and tasty. Would I eat there again? Probably not.
Probably not.
Sorry to these people.
I wasn't mad at it, but whatever. At that point, we were just like, we just need to eat.
And on our way back to the car, we bumped into a very nice man who, if I can remember this, I'm very impressed. Anthony,
That sounds right.
who says he listens to our podcast and watches our videos. He was very nice and is working on a film. So
Mm-hmm.
good luck to you, sir.
A film that sounds quite interesting. So
Yeah, the title sounded very interesting.
I'm very curious.
Films released we didn't cover. Pinocchio Unstrung.
Surprise, surprise, did not receive anything from any publicists on watching this film, but Robert Englund is in a Pinocchio horror story. Isn't the original a horror film? Pinocchio was always scared of me as a kid. Anyway, that came out.
72 Hours.
A new Kevin Hart Netflix comedy, which we passed on, but directed by Tim Story, and Andy Garcia is in it. And I like Andy Garcia. Tim Story is a pretty capable director. I mean, he did The Blackening, which I think we both liked, the original Barbershop, and then some stuff like Think Like a Man or the Fantastic Four he did I'm not crazy about. But anyway, there you have it.
The Dink.
A film about pickleball from Apple TV. I like Jake Johnson enough. I love Mary Steenburgen, but that didn't move me. Also, do you find pickleball interesting? Because I don't.
I was invited to play pickleball in a couple of weeks, and I'm debating.
Do it. I mean, check it out. Hell, why not?
I'm not a very active, physical, sporty, competitive person, so nothing about me says that I would enjoy playing any sport, but who knows? I might try.
Mm-hmm.
Manhunter, The Final Cut.
The next two titles are re-releases of phenomenal films, and Michael Mann's new cut, I guess, of the film. I mean, I love the original Manhunter with William Peterson and Brian Cox as Dr. Lecter, and stacked cast. Some interesting intersections here too, because this is the 40-year anniversary. Tom Noonan with the original Francis Dollarhide, who you know as Ray Fiennes in Red Dragon. You just saw Mr. Noonan as another creepy, perverted killer in The Pledge, Sean Penn film I rewatched this week. And then, interestingly enough, there's another trope in this is, of course, Joan Allen as Reba, the blind woman. And I just rewatched Jennifer 8 this morning with Uma Thurman as a woman being hunted by a serial killer that doesn't like blind women.
The Piano.
Piano is in my top 10 favorites of all time, Jane Campion's film. I absolutely love this film. I've never seen it on the big screen. I was in third grade when it came out, and it was very taboo. My parents, I had to sneak watch this movie. And oh my God, the score. It's like how I go on about Last of the Mohicans, another Michael Mann reference. That score for that, I love the score for The Piano. It's just exquisite. Anyhow, that re-released that.
Sheep in the Box.
I usually like Hirokazu Koreeda, who I just mentioned. His second title this year is competing in Venice. He competed with Cannes with this film about android children that seems about 25 years too late. And I really didn't like it. I was kind of shocked at how cliche and dull I thought it was. But that came out this week.
Projects of Interest, The Ravaged Night.
Jacques Audiard, whose last film was Amelia Perez. And I'm always a bit back and forth on Mr. Audiard, who is a very capable director, and I believe whose father was. This is a thriller based on a popular novel, and I'm interested, especially after people were very the polarizing reception of Amelia Perez. I guess we'll see how his next film fares.
Snoop.
The Snoop Dogg biopic is going forward, and Craig Brewer is going to direct, which is exciting. He last did Song Sung Blue, but was also responsible for Hustle and Flow, Black Snake Moan, which I need to rewatch, as well as Dolomite Is My Name. So I think that Snoop's biopic is probably in good hands then, and maybe some of that backlash will go away. Who knows?
The Magic Word.
I've been waiting a decade, as most people have that loved Toni Erdmann, as well as her previous two films. But Marnade, at long last, has announced a new project. Toni Erdmann was my favorite film of 2016. It even trumped Isabelle Huppert in Elle, which was, a very close second. But I cannot wait. I cannot wait till there's a cast announced and to see what she does. I think it's about a mother having some kind of meltdown from the early synopsis I've read about it, but she's just collecting funding, so it probably is going to be another at least year, or if not more, before we see it. But The Magic Word.
This past week on Patreon, we reviewed The Killing, a 1950s film noir,
Directed by Stanley Kubrick.
And Red Rooms, a 2023
Yes.
serial killer film with a twist.
French-Canadian, yes.
Unfortunately, there are entries in the obituary section. Kaylee Hottle, a deaf American actress who starred in Godzilla vs. Kong.
That's right. She was only 18.
In Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire. She died at the age of 18.
In a car crash, right? In Maryland?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Say, a Hong Kong actor, died at the age of 89. And Chuck Russell, an American filmmaker, died. He's best known for directing A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, The Blob, The Mask, Eraser, The Scorpion King. I keep thinking I want to rewatch The Mask.
Didn't he just remake? I like The Mask a lot with Cameron Diaz. He remade, is it Witchboard or Witchcraft? Which I've been wanting to watch just like 2 years ago. Witchboard. Because the original is a very so-so film, but I remember trying to get a press screening of the remake, and that was hard to come by, and it didn't travel that far. But maybe it's a time to see what he did with Witchboard as a much older man.
The secret film this week was my choice, and I chose the 1994 action film Model by Day, starring Famke Janssen.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful woman.
What is it about? Lady X works during the day as a model, but turns into a fighter for justice at night with help from her karate master, Chang. Why did I choose this? I'm proud of myself for actually adding films to my Letterboxd watch list that I might be interested in selecting as a secret film or just watching for fun, although that's rare. Anyway, while I'm getting better at doing that, I can never recall how these movies ended up on my radar. I don't know how I knew about Model by Day to add it to my watch list. I'm assuming I heard someone online talk about it.
Came across it somewhere.
Because sometimes people will send reels of clips from a movie
Mm-hmm.
that I'll find really intriguing and add to my watch list.
Mm-hmm.
You recently sent me one for something called
When She Was Bad?
The Paradise Motel.
Yes, but it was the riff tracks version.
But the point of me sharing this is usually these reels contain something out of this world, like must see, even for the one scene. There is nothing in Model by Day that compelling. So I can't imagine someone sent me a reel. So I'm really struggling to think why. Why would I think this movie is worth watching?
Well, this is...
Spoiler, I don't think it's worth watching.
No, it's not very good. But I mean, I enjoyed it because I like many of the people in it. But the director was churning out a lot. He's Canadian, Christian Duguay. You know, he picked up the reins of the Scanners franchise, doing Scanners 2 and 3. And then in the 90s, I remember my dad renting a film called Screamers, which I think I now own on Blu-ray. And we both were really into that. And he had kind of a decent career directing many action films, like Live Wire with Pierce Brosnan was notable, The Art of War with Wesley Snipes. So he's been around a long time. But I think what the film we're about to talk about is kind of the speed he's been at.
The first 45 minutes are more entertaining.
Yes.
But when it turns into what it thinks is a vigilante action film, it feels muddled and boring. The other problem is it doesn't look great, which we'll get back to.
No, it's purportedly it was made for television. Like it was going to be a pilot for a potential series that did not take off, clearly.
Ugh. Even trying to tell the story is kind of boring to me. Famke Janssen plays Lex. Lex is an international supermodel living in New York.
This is not New York, but yes. It's supposed to be.
One day, her homegirl, Jay, is carjacked. And Jay's a photographer, also a beautiful blonde.
Yes, and Jay is played by a woman who was also in a ton of stuff around this time. Traci Lind. You might remember her from My Boyfriend's Back, which I loved as a kid. Friday Night 2 and Class of 1999, the original Handmaid's Tale. She was making the rounds then.
So, of course, Lex is upset her friend was carjacked and thinks that because of this incident, she needs to go down to the police station and demand they do something about it. As if the police don't have enough to worry about with rapes and murders. It's like, oh, your homegirl got carjacked and she's not dead. Her eye is injured, to be fair. But then all of a sudden, Lex says, well, you need to keep the park safer. It's like, okay, well, that's something you could spearhead. You could do community action and
take back the night, girl.
Coincidentally, Lex trains in martial arts with her mentor, Master Chang.
Played by Clark Johnson.
A black man.
Yes.
Which the problem is not that this is a black man teaching martial arts. The problem is that every time he comes on screen, they play this, I mean, I guess you would say in the 90s, like this Oriental type music. It just feels like...
Well, this movie is guilty of Orientalism. That is true.
Which we talked about in the review for...
Her Private Hell, the Melania Trump story.
So that's interesting. Also, Master Chang is in a wheelchair.
Yes.
And I mean, also nothing wrong with that. It's just the combination of the wheelchair, this black man, the music, the way he's speaking to her. Also, he doesn't appear to be that much older than her.
No, and then the way she is behaving during a training session, she is...
Oh, we're going to get back to that. Don't worry.
Like, is she new to this?
So Lex takes it upon herself to become a vigilante. So the movie becomes Catman
Struthers?
Batman / Catwoman?
Yeah, sure. It's
Batman in that you have this person with some means deciding they want to fight crime. Catwoman in that she must wear a sexy outfit.
That is
Can
not...
Can you describe Lady X's outfit?
It's not conducive to doing much. In fact, I feel like it might...
It would inhibit her.
Lead to injury. There's a lot of women's clothing, just look at what high heels do. But she looks like she's supposed to star in a schlocky sci-fi film. In fact, in the headdress she wears, it's giving David Bowie and Man Who Fell to Earth.
The headdress feels like she would be somewhat hearing impaired. Most of her activities happen at night because she's a supermodel during the day. So I don't know why this heifer needs to wear sunglasses.
There's a lot of sunglass wearing at night, which makes no sense.
Like you said, wearing heels would make her prone to like twisting her ankle or making it difficult to run. But she has on stiletto thigh-high boots. And then a lot of her skin is exposed.
Too much. And then at one point, I don't know if we ever see it again, she's pops out of a pink car that looks like Angeline's.
The name Lady X comes from the press because very quickly we get a montage of her fighting crime.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately is like front page news. Who is Lady X?
Who is Lady X and why is she saving us? Because apparently, like all of these vigilante ventures, the city is rife with crime. You can't do anything anywhere. Somebody has a line. There's also a lot of gay characters in the periphery because, you know, people doing hair for the models. I think it's her stylist is like, I don't know anybody who hasn't been ripped off, robbed, or raped in this city. Like Montreal's like that.
Of course, there's a handsome lieutenant.
Oh, yes. Stephen Shellen, who is seen in several things, including The Bodyguard.
He's trying to investigate who Lady X is. He's sniffing around Lex, Famke Janssen's character. They're clearly going to have some sort of romance. She's trying to convince him she's not the person. And then it's at the halfway point we realize there is a copycat killer, basically.
Yes, because Famke has just been hemming people up. She leaves a few trench coats. I don't know how she's got to buy wardrobe all the time, but she's basically handcuffing people to things, and somebody else posing as Lady X is murdering them.
It seems like she makes a lot of money because at one point, and don't worry, we are definitely going to get back to Sean Young, but Sean Young plays Lex's agent,
Mercedes.
And at one point she tells her, take this gig. And it's like a runway gig, like one evening. And that's enough for her to go buy a new sports car. So clearly she's making money.
But yet she has a roommate in a very elaborate, strangely decorated place. It looks like it's the 90s version of the swinging 60s. But I love Sean Young's introductory scene because she's on the phone screaming.
Oh, we have time for that.
Okay.
I have a note that we need to talk about because she is probably the highlight to me.
I mean, Sean Young also, especially in this period, is pretty fly to me, even though, her most quote unquote iconic moments are transphobic roles. But anyway.
I'm surprised she even took this gig because I would think she believes she should be one of the models. But...
Well, okay. Well, I'll save that.
We'll get back to it.
Sure.
I'm sorry. So it's at the halfway point you realize there is a copycat Lady X, except instead of just hemming people up and letting the cops deal with it, this person is killing fools.
Violently.
And we learn that it can't be Lex. So who is it?
Mm-hmm.
Initially, you would think, oh, it's the friend who was carjacked who had the eye injured.
It's
because
Jay.
We also see that the person has blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Jay has blonde hair. So that's sort of a mystery that's happening. Then we introduce another character, this Asian hitman, who actually sort of pairs up with Famke's character because they're both implicated in being responsible for the death of some crime boss.
Some mobster. And that's played by Vaughn Flores, who's also in a ton of stuff around then, like Johnny Mnemonic, Darkman 3. But yeah.
But this hitman knows Lex didn't do it because she has an alibi. So he's saying, well, maybe you can help me because I'm going to be dead if I don't figure out who did it.
And I think I know where fake Lady X is going to be next.
So that's the final act, is they go to where they think she's going to show up. Because there are two organized crime syndicates, this Russian one and then this Asian one.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, the copycat Lady X shows up. There's a confrontation between her and Lex.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out the copycat is Shannon Tweed.
Shannon Tweed herself, also very much a 90s pinup girl type.
And her character's name is Shannon.
And she's, well. Shannon.
Keep it simple.
Why not?
We don't learn until the very end of the film, like the final 120 seconds, why Shannon Tweed is doing it.
Uh-huh.
It's because her sister was trafficked by the Russian mob.
Which is a Pam Grier storyline in Coffee.
If there ever was one. Which resulted in her suicide.
Mm-hmm.
So Shannon Tweed wants to exact revenge on the Russian mob. So fair enough. I feel like that in itself could have just been a movie.
And she's like, Lady X is every woman.
Oh, God. So the film ends with Shannon Tweed as Copycat Lady X falling to her death. So the lieutenant, played by Stephen Shellen, he is like, oh, well, case solved. And all of the Lady X activity was by Shannon.
Mhm.
So we're good, even though the first half of it was by Famke Janssen's character.
Mhm.
And then her character even says, like, oh, so you're done, huh? You don't think anyone else could do it? Like, ugh, girl. The end.
Yes, thankfully.
You mentioned this was intended to be a pilot for a TV show.
I believe so.
I can see it.
But it must have been on cable because there are a lot of naked lady parts in this.
We see a lot of nudity, not just breasts, but vaginas,
yes,
and buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice, but I was shocked that this made-for-TV movie had so much nudity and no good action.
No, none at all. Scantily clad women who are not shot very well by a cinematographer named David Franco.
Okay, we're going to get to him in a second.
Mm-hmm.
This film should be giving fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And the cinematographer who you already named, prior to shooting this film, he shot a bunch of music videos.
Yeah, including for Madonna, right?
So you would think that he would have an eye for giving fashion.
I don't know.
And it just feels, I don't know. You joked because one of the photo shoots, because I think there are at least 3 or maybe 4 photo shoots.
Somebody named Franco who takes no pictures.
There are multiple photo shoots combined with like runways, which there's one runway in particular that makes no damn sense, which we'll get to. But there's a different photo shoot where it feels like they're shooting a nightmare sequence.
Yeah, it's like these ladies are demons that are coming to eat us. It doesn't make any sense.
I knew we were in trouble from the opening carjacking scene,
mm-hmm.
because the man doing the carjacking looks like he shouldn't be doing carjackings.
He definitely is not a carjacker.
And then the woman, Jay, who's being carjacked, is just all so...
like, it's not my car. Girl, do you think he cares about that? And then what did they just popped her in the eye? And then next we see Traci Lind lying in her bed, and she has makeup on the good eye with her L driver eye patch on. It's like... And her hair looks like it's freshly brushed.
She did look good in the hospital bed, though.
Was that a hospital, though?
Wow.
That didn't look like the room was huge, and there's no IV.
It looked as much of a hospital as
the private wing in Beauty and Black.
Oh, I was going to say the medical school in Flatliners. Because they're in like Dracula's cathedral.
Well, aren't they doing secret experiments elsewhere? I don't remember.
No, because remember, their teacher is giving a lecture and they look like they're in a haunted church.
I've come for Jonathan Hawker.
The lighting is poor.
Mm-hmm. It's so, 19...
I can tell you for sure, when you're in a med school laboratory, the lighting is bright.
You need to see what you're slicing and dicing, okay? 1994, I mean, this is, supermodel era, right? I mean, Pret-a-Porter, the Robert Altman film, is this year. I mean, everybody's clearly obsessed.
Janet Jackson has a song on that soundtrack. We still haven't seen it.
The score of this sounded like Rhythm Nation.
Actually, I need to, while I'm talking, or while you're talking, let me add Pret-a-Porter to my watch list.
I do need to. I remember renting that. My dad was so bored by it, but I remember them letting me rent that because it's got. And I remember Sophia Loren and Marcello Mastroianni have some good shit to do in that. But
oh my gosh, I was just looking at photos of Sophia Loren's villa in Italy back in the 60s. Baby, I don't know where she got that money from, but people were definitely making sure she was very comfortable.
Good for her. She's very talented. I like Sophia Loren. Oscar winner, by the way. One of the... Is it 2 women that have won an Oscar for a non-English speaking role?
Ooh.
She was the first for 2 women. And you know what? I've never seen 2 women. I need to watch that.
You've seen 3 women.
That's in my top 10. That's Robert Altman. Ding, ding,
Isn't
ding.
there a Madonna movie called 4 Women? Or is that 4
That's
Rooms?
4 Rooms.
Oh. Is there a movie called 4 Women?
There's a movie called 4 by Ilya Karjanovsky, if we're making more connections in this conversation.
Oh, there is a movie called 4 Women by Julie Dash.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's a short film.
I was going to say, I know her features, and that is not one of them. Also, this was, but so the soundtrack, there are many Janet Jackson songs I was thinking of.
This feels like it's very inspired by New Jack Swing and definitely the Rhythm Nation song, if not album.
Lou Natali was the composer. Interestingly, the editor of this is Patrick Lussier, who became a notable director. You could say that himself with Dracula 2000, the remake of My Bloody Valentine, that terrible Amber Heard Nicolas Cage movie Drive Angry.
I've seen Dracula 2000 more than once.
Oh, Luke Evans. Oh wait, yeah, no. Johnny Lee Miller.
No, it's
Luke Evans is in Dracula.
it's Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, but
because he looks so good. And I remember my sister, that was the first time my sister told me like she really liked Gerard Butler.
Oh God.
Like she thought he was very handsome, because I was kind of surprised. I mean, but then he is extremely good looking in this
But
movie.
Johnny Lee Miller's in that too, I believe.
Yes, but the lead
Yes.
Dracula is Gerard Butler.
Yes, and I'm thinking of another Dracula is Dracula Untold with Luke Evans and Charles Dance.
I got so off track.
Anyhow,
Sorry.
It's
But what I wanted to say is right after the carjacking, even before we see Jay in the hospital being fully done up, we cut to Famke at a photo shoot on a beach riding a camel.
looking like Wonder Woman, or what's that Janet song? Is it Escapade?
Are you thinking Runaway?
Where she's running through
On the airplane?
Yes,
That's Runaway.
with her, and she's got that thing that's connected from her ear to her nose.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yes.
But wait, what's the one where the video where she's running with Jaimin Hansu?
Love Will Never Do Without
Yes,
You,
mhm.
which was originally supposed to be a duet with Prince.
But it's giving all of that.
It also makes me think I have a friend who he also worked in beauty. So of course, often confronted by these women who think they're something.
Mhm.
And so sometimes we worked together. So sometimes like behind these women's backs, he would be like, is she a model or a camel? And so whenever I see a camel, I think of him and how he would look at me like, do you think she's a model or a camel?
Well,
Such a little bitch.
Meryl Streep,
But I loved it.
Bimini Bambulash, Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep. So I believe the director of this photo shoot where they're on camels is picking on another crew member.
No, he's being accosted by a German tourist.
Oh, that's a tourist?
I believe so. He has nothing to do with that production with his fanny pack and that purple.
Oh, so the person he's picking on is the photographer director.
That photographer is being weak.
Okay, so that makes more sense then. So some asshole on the beach is harassing the weak ass photographer / director,
Mhm.
and Famke Lex is saying, "Hey, stop that!" And they're like, "What you gonna do, little lady?" And she kicks the shit out of them.
She gets her Amazonian spirit out and she's like, I'll take care of this.
And everyone watching on the beach and the other crew people and models start clapping for her.
Yay, physical assault.
Getting back to Jay in the hospital, I was laughing too because you said she's just sitting there pouting.
She is pouting. She's like, my career is ruined. Girl, you still got one eye. Can't you take pictures with that? But then the inspo for Lady X was giving, remember when Elizabeth Berkley beats up that Fabio-like man for beating up her black friend in Showgirls?
Oh, yes.
Don't you remember? It's kind of giving.
Oh my gosh. A very important plot point during this visit to the so-called hospital is while Lex is looking out of the window. Lex is everywhere. She
Yes.
is very famous. She might as well be Naomi Campbell.
Wonder Woman.
She's looking out of the window of this high-rise hospital-like building in New York City, and there's a huge billboard with Famke hawking lipstick, and the lipstick is called Poison.
Prison.
Wait, it's called Prison?
Prison. Because you kept asking if they're saying prism.
Wow. Maybe I have dyslexia.
No, that's you.
Because I saw that thing twice and I was saying, I wrote down poison twice and I asked you if it's poison or prison.
Prison.
Oh, maybe I do have some sort of learning disability.
You have bad vision.
I do have bad vision.
Mm-hmm. That can't. Your hearing though. Oh, can't sneak anything by you.
Okay. This lipstick is called Prison,
Mm-hmm.
but same sentiment. What a horrible name for a lipstick.
Not only is Lex everything everywhere all at once, she's giving gifts to all the crew on these shoots, and she hands this. There's some. Everybody that's working behind the scenes seems really unappealing. I don't know what the casting director was trying to prove with this, but she hands the cigar box to this chubby man, and he's like, "Oh, I can definitely use these." Do you remember seeing what's inside?
No.
A bunch of condoms, and those condoms are really little. Those condoms look like for a pinky finger.
They're called finger cots. When you do hair and you cut your finger. You
But
put
these
them
were
on.
supposed to be condoms. These are not supposed to be finger cots.
Well, maybe his penis is the size of a finger. I've seen that.
I just know that he should just throw those away.
Oh,
but
we didn't even talk about Famke. She is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
She definitely fits the role. I do like her
I do
in
too.
this movie. But before we continue with my notes, I think the problem is that this movie is not fun. And the first half of it would lead you to think that this might be something that's campy and over the top.
Well, you want it to be like Eyes of Laura Mars.
Well, hold on to that because
Okay.
we're going to talk about Sean Young next.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just not fun. It's taking itself very seriously, but then the music and the cinematography would make you think this is a parody of something.
Uh-huh.
So that's where this feels like a slog, because after 45 minutes, I just want it to be done. And the fact that we assume we know who the copycat is,
Mm-hmm.
and the film doesn't give us anything to question it until the very end.
Which is really lazy storytelling. But
Exactly.
Anyway. Mm-hmm. And it's like, Shannon Tweed, where's she been?
Thankfully, though, I would say at the beginning of the second act, we meet Lex's modeling agent, played by Sean Young.
Mercedes, who is on the phone, as I said, screaming, I realize the Chanel show is today.
Okay, you want to know how I described to her in my notes?
Huh.
Sean Young is giving Faye Dunaway as Joan Crawford as Murphy Brown after taking a coffee bean enema.
Uh-huh. Yep.
She looks stunning.
Because she was.
She is hype as hell. She's definitely outdoing anyone else in the film.
Oh, yes. This is Sean Young. I mean, so you have to think this is 94. So this is, made.
This is after she went crazy trying to get that Catwoman.
This is after the Catwoman incident that kind of ruined her a bit. But she had other things. There was the James Woods stalking scandal. There was, James Woods girl. And this was the same year that Ace Ventura came out. So she was revitalized for a little bit after that. And that film has not aged well in the least. Dr. Lois, what's her name? Lois Eichhorn, what's her name? Detective. Anyway, and then she did Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde, which is also extremely transphobic. But I will say Sean Young looks fly as hell in that movie. And then remember she had that butchered Lizzie Borden movie, Love Crimes, that you watched with me.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's also kind of like a serial killer thriller a bit. And I think she got a Razzie nod for that. But that was a Weinstein. They screwed Lizzie Borden over that.
So I was having fun up until we meet Sean Young, because it's like trying to get my bearings and this shit is ridiculous, and the photo shoot with the camel and going to the hospital. And then Sean Young puts it into overdrive. So then I was really enjoying it. But then we get another photo shoot, but it's actually like a runway, but it's in a boxing ring.
Ugh.
And that just looks so stupid. There's this boxing ring, but there are all these men dressed up like they're carrying Cleopatra on her throne.
Yeah.
But then the models are dressed like they got these tacky prom outfits from Charlotte Russe.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all wearing mime masks, looking like, what's that movie we reviewed for Halloween?
Eyes Without a Face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it all looks ridiculous. It's not beautifully shot. And then there's some sort of dream element to it, because Famke's character Lex starts hallucinating and thinking she sees her roommate.
Jay at the edge of the ring taking photos is like, I'm pretty sure Jay would have told you. I asked if she was going to be there. I don't know. It just makes her seem faulty. I guess trying to give her some kind of complexity, but it's like stupid.
So the first time Lex decides to dress up in her little outfit and go Vengeanize, I was laughing because she's kind of getting her ass whooped. And so you scream, she needs more training. And then we go back to her training sequence and remember that she was struggling during her training.
She's gone,
They needed to let her cook.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Glorilla.
I know that song.
She goes back to Master Chang, and he's like, well, you've tasted vengeance. A dish best eaten, not served.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah. You got any money for me to get back home? I just need to borrow some cash. And Master Chang has a jar of money in his dojo. I didn't understand that. And, he's in a wheelchair, so he's just sitting there.
I guess he wants it in a centralized location.
I wish I were on video, because the way he just kind of goes,
yeah,
like,
okay.
like go into my cookie jar.
Go into the rice pot.
And get a 20. It's like, okay. We then get a scene where it's some heifer's birthday, and so all the models go to the club.
And that's where we meet Kim Coates.
And I think Kim Coates is quite attractive. And you know why? Because he reminds me of Kevin Pollak, who I also think is very
But like the evil version.
like the evil younger version.
If you smash together Kevin Pollak and Vincent Gallo.
But don't play with Kevin Pollak because he still looks good.
What that movie with
Freddie Prinze
he's Freddie Prinze Jr.'s father-in-law.
What's it called? The lady in the pool?
The girl in the pool, I think.
Okay, that movie's kind of fun.
In Monica Potter. That is
that
terrible.
Should have been a secret film.
That is terrible, that film. But Kevin Pollak looks more well-preserved than Freddie Prinze Jr. So
they're at the club. Famke gets propositioned by Kim Coates, and she turns him down. But he's like the proprietor of the club, and he's been sponsoring their bottle service, which to me is like...
Sponsoring their bottle service.
Well, that's what you call it. That's what you call it when a gentleman takes care of the bill.
Picking up the tab.
I don't know what y'all call it. That's what I call it.
Sponsoring.
Anyone who wants to sponsor me, let me know. But this dummy makes him upset. So he's like, bitch, got to and all the friends are bummed, like, we weren't done partying for the birthday. And they all hop in a cab. But then Famke decides to go.
She tells Jay, like, I'm turned. Like,
yeah. And she decides to go vigilize.
Yep.
And we get this montage of a vigilante spree. And that's when the music really sounded like Rhythm Nation.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
But she goes back to the club. And we get the most awkward scene where she is in the middle of this club empty with Kim Coates.
Well, it's not her.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the point when I got confused.
Yes, because...
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Because we think it's Famke as Lady X, and you know she's going to get medieval on his ass. Also 1994, that reference. And we see breasts, and I'm like, oh, why is Lady X letting her titties get filled up like that by Kim Coates? And then she kills him, and that's how we know it's not her.
This is where the film started to go downhill. Then the handsome lieutenant goes to Famke's apartment and says, I need to talk to you about last night. And she's assuming, oh, you want to talk to my roommate.
But Stephen Shellen is giving, he should be a cop in Full House energy.
And he says, no, bitch, I want to talk to you. Come down to the come down to the station with me right now.
And
she was wearing like clothes you wear to clean the apartment.
Yeah.
And then we immediately cut to the police station. And she's sitting, there's so much happening at this point.
This is the worst scene of the film.
It is, because they're calling out Basic Instinct. They have her dressed like Sharon Stone from Basic Instinct, except instead of wearing white, she's wearing green.
And her hair is blown out. Like, you did that for...
Her hair is more than blown out. It's electrified.
Like, for this, to make a police...
How the hell did she get up into this gig looking like this when she was dressed like she was about to clean toilets and the man was waiting for her to drag her downtown? But anyway, she's sitting there like Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. She crosses her legs and she tells the cops, I am wearing panties.
And then proceeds to read them all and say, I know what kind of underwear you're wearing.
And she goes one by one, and then they go, yep, you're right. All the while, there are no lights on in this police station office.
No.
Finally, someone goes, can you like put some lights on in here? And someone opens the blinds. Again, I feel like this movie needed humor, and this seemed like an attempt.
It did, but
it fails so badly.
Famke comes across as crazy, insane in the membrane in this scene. And then as she's leaving, because one of the other men is like, are you gonna book her or not? And Stephen Shellen's like, don't go too far. And she says something like, oh, I'll go as far as you want me to. Like, okay.
Also, there's an interesting detail in this scene, because one of the cops says, well, the man who was killed had prison lipstick on his lips.
And which, if you don't know the context of the brand, it's like, huh?
Well,
what's prison lipstick? Like tobacco?
How would you know? In 1994, could you test lipstick, or did some drag queen who also works in the lab go, oh, I know that color. That's prison
That's the
red.
Trixie Mattel.
Yeah, I don't understand how they knew that man had prison lipstick on his face.
She's like, oh, just because I'm
the spokesperson.
I don't wear prison lipstick.
She then hightails it to a photo shoot that was so awkward. It's the one that you said looked like a nightmare.
Franco's, yeah.
Which it does. But at a point, because at this point now the lieutenant's following her and he follows her to the photo shoot and he's hanging out in the rafters spying on her. And then at the end of the photo shoot, Famke says, hey, Franco, we've been running around posing for 8 hours and you haven't taken any pictures.
Do you believe that Lex would have waited 8 hours to say something?
And that's when the photographer realizes, like, oh, I haven't actually been snapping photos.
Oh my
Again,
God.
Is this supposed to be funny? Because it just comes across as stupid.
Well, it's like, we all know that, you know, eating disorders might follow in this sort of occupation, but there ain't no way for 8 hours nobody needed anything. No breaks.
Well, speaking of eating disorders, Famke's trying to play, Lex is trying to play off why this lieutenant is there because the photographer's freaked out. And she's like, oh no, he's just here because he's taking me out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're taking me to dinner. And he's like, yeah, I guess so. So they go on a little date where they're sitting at what looks like a taco truck on the, like,
While she's eating a piece of burger.
while she's eating a piece of a burger. And then he says, can you take me back to your place?
There's this slow motion happiness where it's, I guess they're about to get it on. And you distractingly see that they marred her beautiful eyes with blue contact lenses. It's cringy.
They get back to her apartment. They have sex to like some R&B jam that was...
She has her superhero suit out. She has to kick under the couch.
And a newspaper talking about Lady X.
Mm-hmm.
The music in that scene was only one notch above that song from The Room. You are my rose. You are my rose. We do get a glimpse of the organized crime outfit. They're carjacking cars and then they're, what do you call it when they break them apart and there's a name
chop
for that?
them.
Chop.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the chop shop and we see that they really like Miatas. We see like multiple Miatas. And the car Jay was driving where she got carjacked, that was also a Miata.
And apparently they're selling everything to Bolivia.
That's right. They mentioned Bolivia more than once.
Like I would outside. Usually we just talk about drugs in Bolivia, but I guess they like car parts.
I thought this would make a great double feature with another film we recently reviewed. Can you guess which one?
No.
Civil Vigilante with Army Hammer.
Citizen Vigilante?
Oh, is it Citizen Vigilante?
Yes.
I wrote down Civil Vigilante.
Same thing. Dumb.
Oh my gosh. At a point, again, I don't know if they thought this was funny, but Famke, who changes clothes like Spider-Man, she's trying to hide from the lieutenant. So she like hops through like some apartment window and there's some teenage boy in his bed named Ronnie
Blakely.
And he's clearly a fan of Lex.
Uh-huh.
So he sees her having crawled through his window and he looks like he's about to have a wet dream.
Mm-hmm.
And she grabs her prison lipstick and kisses his wall and signs it.
Doesn't prison lipstick sound like an innuendo for something?
It does.
A euphemism, sorry.
It's just all, I don't know.
He got that prison. He had a prison kiss. Got that prison lipstick.
I didn't realize Jay was a photographer until the end. Because I guess I missed it in the beginning when she was so upset about her eye.
Well, she still, again.
Which did make sense. Like, if I'm a photographer, I need my eyes.
You still have one. If they had made her completely blind, that would have been a Strangers with Candy episode.
But at the very end of the film, after Lex has been cleared of being Lady X, and then she insinuates, like, well, is Lady X done really? And it seems like her and the lieutenant can move on and have a little relationship. We see the final gag is actually someone pops up dressed as Lady X.
Jay does.
And it's Jay.
But Jay's a much shorter woman.
And more corpulent.
Well, she has a nice body. Corpulent.
She's beautiful, but she's serving body.
She's a photographer, not a model.
There's no way she would fit Famke Janssen's skin tight little outfit.
Ain't no way, yeah.
But she pops up, and of course we're like, what? And Lex is freaked out. She's like, where'd you get that? And she goes, well, everyone's trying to get this outfit ever since Lady X got popular. How did you get one?
This outfit. The press shows these videos of Famke running up a hill. Like, there she is. It's
you know what she looks like in these videos? When you see, like, every now and then.
An extraterrestrial.
Like, yes, on National Enquirer, when they're like, somewhere deep in Mexico, someone spotted an alien and you see some lanky thing creeping across the driveway. That's what she looked like.
That's just a model in synthetic material running through the hills.
We've talked so much about this movie. Okay, themes. It's so unserious, but I feel like dual identity.
Yeah.
This model who wants to also fight crime. What instigates it is her homegirl getting carjacked. She doesn't seem like she has that spirit. Maybe I want to help people.
She should be a beautiful social worker.
It's like your connection to your friend and the fact that she got carjacked turned you into a like a crime fighting vigilante.
Well, it's like, how close are you to this woman?
Right, because in most movies it's like my wife was raped and murdered, and so I want to get. But there's a lot more weight to it. But in this one, it's like someone poked your homegirl's eye, and in the end, we find out her eye is going to be fine.
She's going to be just fine. Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
Of course, justice outside the legal system. I mean, this film's not doing anything interesting with that.
No, not at all.
Female empowerment.
Sure.
Fashion versus violence. I just think the fashion component of this film, beyond Famke looking like she could be a model, I don't know what else. And Sean Young screaming about Chanel and runway and you need to take this gig. At one point, Sean Young picks up Famke in a red Acura NSX, like a nice sports car for 1994, and tells her, oh, well, now you're the spokesperson for this car. So here you go. I got you a car and a job.
Do you remember that album that came out this year by Oat and Freddie?
I don't think so. Oh, did you play that for me one time in the car?
Yeah, when we went to Beverly Hills to the bagel place, they have that song Fashion Over Function.
Yes.
I think would work very well here.
Of course, corruption, and this feels like something out of a comic book. So I guess that sort of mythology, graphic novel mythology is a part of this story. And there is a connection because the executive producer and co-writer, Jeff Loeb, he did write several superhero movies.
Oh.
Like Batman, The Long Halloween.
Oh,
Batman,
shit.
Dark
Okay.
Victory,
Well, there you go. So
Superman for All Seasons, Spider-Man Blue, Daredevil Yellow.
Oh, and he spells Jeff, Jeph.
Yeah.
How fashion forward.
And you already talked about the editor going on to direct some notable
Patrick.
films.
Yes.
And then, of course, this film is right before Famke Janssen became big time.
Oh, yeah. As Jean Grey in X-Men.
Well, in GoldenEye. A year
Oh, yeah.
later.
She was, what, Xenia Onatopp or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes. A beautiful, beautiful woman, I believe, who is Dutch, correct? Anyhow. Oh, it also reminded me of a film that was released that was also meant as a failed TV pilot, suffering from Orientalism, starring Betty Davis and Robert Wagner, called Madam Sin.
Oh, gosh. I do recall that.
If anybody listening, please look up photo stills of Betty Davis as Madam Sin and trying to make her look Asian. It is insane that anyone tried to do that, but it was the 70s.
This film obviously did not get well reviewed. It's available. You found it on some site that'll probably get you in trouble one day. It's on YouTube. The quality is not poor. The one we watched had better quality, but it's still not great.
Sure.
So it's not even nice to look at, on top of it just not being well shot and the production design being terrible. But it is an interesting time capsule of early 90s television action, I guess.
And fashion,
martial arts, superhero.
martial arts.
Well, I mean, that is a component. You have Master Chang.
Paralyzed Master Chang.
But it feels low budget. It has the most formulaic plot, but then like also edges us with that twist that it was so unsatisfying.
Yes,
when we realized. In fact, you knew Shannon Tweed was in the movie, and you knew good and goddamn well you hadn't seen her yet.
Yeah.
And when she pops up, you were still surprised.
I was just like, oh, yeah.
That's how poor the writing is.
It felt like that season of RuPaul's Drag Race where like, it's chocolate.
Yeah.
Like that's okay.
What would you give Model by Day?
A 1.
Oh.
Uno.
I would also give it 1 out of 5. Unfortunately, it really isn't that fun.
No.
I would say if you're intrigued, put it on YouTube and watch the first half hour.
If you're a Famke,
or watch it until you see Sean Young.
Yeah, if you're Sean Young completist, I mean, by all means, please.
But yeah, the final half is kind of tedious. What do we have coming this week? I know the review for I Want Your Sex will publish.
Which is exciting. There's the new Spider-Man movie.
Ugh, I have no interest in watching
Even
that.
though you quite like Tom Holland.
Who said that?
You did. I thought you did. I like Zendaya.
I'm not a fan of anyone in this movie, really.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a problem with Zendaya and Tom Holland, but...
I think I'm going to see the new Kiyoshi Kurosawa film on Monday as well that I missed at Cannes, because he's a director that's very exciting to me. It's called The Samurai and the Prisoner. So there's that. And then I'm reading The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis. I am putting a pin in Cormac McCarthy, All Your Pretty Horses, because every time I read 5 pages, I'm so bored. I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that, but I will because I must. And so I'm reading The Shards, and that is much more interesting because I just think that Ryan Murphy's probably going to bungle Bret Easton Ellis, and the book is entertaining.
Anything else?
I want Beat Up Chanel's.
Ta-ta.